What is up there, YouTube? So, Burns here. Look what we got. We got a lawnmower blade balancing tool. And we're going to use it today to balance the blade set and hub for the Thermodyne Supercore 12-volt PMA. So, I've already gotten the blades off of the turbine. And I figured out what my rattling noise was in my... completely my fault, completely not paying attention to what I should have been doing, and instead getting too excited to install it. I didn't tighten the PMA up all the way on the bracket. Luckily enough for me, I had it tight enough to where it wasn't coming any more loose, but the bolts that hold the PMA to the PMA bracket were not tight. I didn't tighten them all the way, which I thought I did, but I didn't. But you know what thought did? Thought he farted, but he really shit his pants. Anyway, we got the PMA tightened up, and it's good. It's perfect up there, nice and solid still. So the wobbliness, the rattling should go away now. That's what the rattling was the PMA wobbling and knocking about on top of the tower. It's tight, that's fixed. I got the blades down, so let's get them mounted to this. Okay, so here we go. And how this works is... this part here has a bunch of magnets in it which attach itself to a metal surface, so it won't work with aluminum or stainless steel. Well, some stainless steel it will, but it won't hold it tight enough to get a proper true centering. And this plastic part here is stationary. It doesn't move. It just rotates on a liquid bearing, which is pretty awesome because it's like super smooth, and I could already feel this thing wanting to go to one side. And I just have it breeze clamped to this pole in my garage. And you can see this part here has the bearing in it, and this part slides back and forth. I'll show you that all when we get it all balanced out. But right now I got the hub mounted, and I'm just gonna let it go right here. And you can see that it's turning all by itself. And it looks like, all right, so it looks like down here. So what I'm gonna do is stop it. I don't want to wait 3.5 hours for it to settle, so I'll slow it down. Okay, still settling out. I don't know if you could see that. Okay, so it looks like here is our heavy end right here. So right in here, it's heavier than the rest of the thingamajigger. Okay, so let me go get my wheel weights and we'll balance this out. Okay, as you can see, this is where we, excuse me, still getting over a little bit of a cold, so I'm going to be coughing a little bit. So I got some wheel weights here. These are the lead-based ones that anchor to your wheels. So I got an assortment sizes here. I got really tiny ones all the way up to ginormous ones. These are 49 grams, 7.75 ounces. If it'll focus. Come on, you fucking phone. Yeah. 1.75 ounces, my bad. But yeah, these are all lead-based weights. And what's really nice about them being lead is we can clip them down very easily with a pair of side cutters. So we're going to start with this tiny ass one. And we're going to put it directly opposite. See, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount these to the hub. I'm not going to mount them to the blades. I mean, theoretically, I could mount it to the blade. So I just put that on there. It's not... I'm using my phone today for video instead of my camera. So apologize. Let me see if I'm zoomed out. Yep, I'm zoomed out. So you can see that really didn't do much. So we'll go to the next size up. I'm not attaching them to the blades. Okay, you can see now it's kind of... see here. Turn it this way, so there we go. This is a... and see, being that it's... oh, okay, that weight wasn't doing shit, so let's go to the next... let's put a much heavier one on it and see if we can get a different result. Okay, you can see that much larger weight now is helping. See, now I could actually move these out a little bit and it will change the geometry, but I don't want to interfere with. You can see, look at that. I just put that out right there and you see how it's slowly dropping. And it bounces back. So you could see really how sensitive this thing is. And I haven't been doing much out here, so that's actually out of balance there. So let's put it here. That's more or less where you can see how this is going to take a while. So let me go ahead and get this balanced out properly so I could use both hands, and then we'll come back. Alright guys, so we got it about as balanced as I'm going to get it with what I have. You can see it's just kind of like floating around. I had to use a 1.5 gram weight, which I think is like, let me see here, 1.5 ounce weight, 49 gram. Yeah, there you go. Or 1.75 ounce. So it is quite possible that I have a blade on here that's heavier than the rest, because when I got these blades, I got them all at different times. So I never weighed them just to make sure I matched them up when I was assembling this. This was all done for testing, but I don't care. It's pretty close to being as balanced as I need it to be. So, and I got it clamped right on the hub. If it wants to focus, autofocus. So, made a little bit of a mess, of my paint. It's on there good and tight. That ain't coming off. I have to get in there with a screwdriver and pry that little bastard off. But I guess we'll see. We'll have to just wait for the wind. See, we got a wind advisory tonight, so that's why I'm doing this now. There's absolutely no wind out there right at the moment. Maybe 3 miles per hour. That's about it. So we'll get it up on the turbine and we'll see if we've eliminated at least 90%. But you can see how nice and smooth it's rotating. It's not bad now. It's not settling in very easily, so that's good. Okay, let's get it back on the tower. Okay. We are done. Back up. Still moving like butter up there. Nice and smooth. Working like a charm. And with the wind picking up a little bit, even with the little bit of rotation that I'm getting now, it's not wobbling at all. Not like it was before. I mean, obviously it was wobbling a lot more before because them bolts coming loose on me, which I'm glad I caught that, because that would have ended in disaster. This thing would have loosened up enough and it would have just destroyed itself. Would have been no fault of my own, though. I mean, it would have been all of my fault. It wouldn't have been Thermodyne's fault. It would have been my dumbass not tightening bolts up. But it's good now. I used the impact on it, so they not going nowhere. So, alright guys. Thanks for watching.